My name is Carlos Rico, and this is my tattoo tour. So I got my first tattoo, I think I was 20. This was still during COVID and you still had to wear a mask, I remember that. I always wanted a dragon for my first tattoo because the year I was born is actually the year dragon. So my plan was to get a dragon with 2,000 scales exactly for the year 2000. But I don't even know if it has 2,000 scales, it just looks good like that. Like I wanted to feel right away like a Yakuza member in a gang would get this tat. And that's what I told the artist. This is done by my friend Kira. He's a Filipino artist. So one hidden detail about this tattoo, I don't really tell a lot of people, is my Wiko logo. It actually has like smoke trails on it, and this tattoo has the exact same pattern. So if you look really closely, if I put my arm this way, it matches exactly to like the Wiko logo and the smoke on it. One thing I did when I got this tattoo, this is apparently like a superstition. A lot of people say you're not supposed to tattoo the eyes of the dragon until the very end of your tattoo session. They say, this is what they say, the dragon is gonna feel the pain of the tattoo. So you have to tattoo the eyes last, and that's what I told my artist. This might be my favorite like all time. As my first piece, honestly, she even told me like this is a big tattoo to get as your first one. I just went straight for it because if I'm gonna get something, I want it to be big. I don't want it to be like kind of just hidden. The second tattoo I ever got was, oh, this is the second tattoo I ever got. The second tattoo is the size right here. So when I first got this tattoo, everyone asked me like, why'd you get swords tatted on you? Well, my middle name is actually Raphael. And if you guys know the Ninja Turtles, Raphael's weapon, the red Ninja Turtle, carries this side. So I have two sides here. And then right beside it, I have a tattoo. So my dad's first name, like legal first name, is actually Lord. So I have a Lord and a Knight. And the Knight like being knighted by the Lord. So I wanted to do something special and I got this one. So it's kind of like, he's knighting me. Tattoo after that, I got my snake tattoo right here. There's a lot of people that have a lot of snake tattoos, but I wanted to do something really different, so I came up with like a concept for it. Something different that I haven't seen anybody else do. So what I did, I actually got a snake with an apple. The apple and the snake already representing Adam and Eve and that story of temptation. But the twist on it is I put an arrow through the apple, so that's like me overcoming temptation, overcoming the evil that might tempt you to do bad things. This is also done by my friend here. After I got that one, I ended up getting this. So I got these two together. This is a holy grail, and I have a dove and kind of representing the Holy Spirit. I have a quote at the top too. Now this is from one of my favorite Kanye songs all time. This is actually my alarm clock. This is still my alarm clock actually. But it says, but I know that God put you in front of me. And it's from the song Stronger. Everyone sees it and they're like, what is that? What song? What are you talking about? It's from Stronger. This is just meaningful to me because like, every time I see somebody, a challenge, or someone new come into my life, I look at them and whether they do good, bad, wrong to me, I know that God put them in front of me for a reason. Whether it be for a blessing, a curse, or even just a lesson. Now, the Holy Grail, if you look closely, the Grail is actually spilling on the edge. It pretty much means my cup runneth over because the Holy Spirit fills it. And no matter what, whether you have a lot of money in your bank account, whether you have a lot of love in your life, you can just know you will be filled with the Holy Spirit as long as you look for it and want it. That's what should fill you first rather than all of these materialistic things. This is the first thing I kind of look at when I look at my arm. Anytime I put something in the inside of my arm, I want it to be kind of special. Besides this one's just for fun. I got this by my friend DeAndre, aka Sexy Wounds. So this, honestly, I just wanted this because it's like, it kind of reminds me of the movie Kill Bill, one of my favorite movies all time. And whenever I go like this, like I do this often. I just wanted something to show whenever I do it. So I got this tattoo, and she's kind of doing the same thing with the two swords back like that. On the back, there's actually 3 kanji words for Japanese, and it says love, peace, and happiness. This one's the same as like the Gaara tattoo on his forehead. One of my most recent tattoos is this one right here. So just how I got the tattoo for my dad on my right arm on the inside, I got one for my mom on the left side. So the whole kind of like concept I wanted was everything on my right arm is kind of all the traits I take from my dad, and everything on my left arm that I will put is from my mom. So I have this tattoo, and this is an orchid. So if you look really closely, there's a drop, kind of like a drop of blood that spills to the bottom. And up, there's thorns and kind of turns into a vine. The original concept was to make it a representation of a cross. So there's 3 sections, one to the side, one to the right, one on the top. Now, there's this secret detail. I got this drawn by my friend Sasha, and she's kind of like, she's really deep when it comes to art, and she wants to do things not everybody would see right away. So I didn't even know this at first either, but if you put my arm like in this position, you can see it actually makes the shape of a mother and a child. So if you look really, really closely, this kind of makes the base of a person kind of crossing their legs like this. And then here is the head and the arm, and then this part right here is like the child. Now what's holding it all together is this right in the middle, and Sasha specifically made this kind of like glow to represent the Holy Spirit. So the Holy Spirit kind of holds all three together. So it's the cross and the Holy Spirit. An orchid, the actual spiritual significance of it, it's said that it represents the blood of Christ. Now the positioning, this is where it all comes together. It's right beside my rib tattoo where I have Jesus. So this is my most recent tattoo. I got this. This hurt. This was like the most painful I can remember. I would say this is like easily a 10 out of 10 pain I ever felt in my life. But I did have tattoo numbing cream, so I kind of cheated. I didn't feel the pain until the very end, but it all just came in like one big rush. I wasn't feeling anything until the very last like 30 minutes, but it was painful. The reason I got Jesus right here is the same reason kind of why I have the orchid on the left side. The blood of Christ kind of drips towards this section. It comes down to where the Jesus tattoo is. Now, I was born with 2 birthmarks, like right here and right here. If you know like the story of Jesus and how he died, he actually got stabbed twice on his side. It reminds me of how Jesus got stabbed twice. So I put Jesus here to just remind me the sacrifice that he gave for us. And it's always like I have Jesus by my side because it's literally there. I'm definitely gonna get a lot more body tattoos, like torso tattoos. I have a lot of ideas I want, but I don't know if I have time. The problem with getting tattoos is like you always have to schedule what you want to do later on. Like if you go on vacation, you can't swim or you can't be in the sun too much. That's what sucks. The style I went for with all my tattoos is kind of like a fine line style. I guess you could say it's a like sticker pattern. What's that word? There's a word for it. Oh, I totally forgot to talk about this tattoo. So this is my angel tattoo that I got. Fun fact, like most of my tattoos are done by Korean artists for whatever reason. I just think like they're just really good at what they do. Especially in Toronto. I don't know why all the Korean artists in Toronto are the best tattoo artists. So I got this angel tattoo. This I specifically got in a way it can still show my shoulder and it kind of flows like underneath it. Cause I don't know if I really want to put anything like right in the middle of it or if I want to put something that kind of goes across my chest. So I left like room to play around with. This angel, I put kind of like a poll on my, I think it was like Instagram. What's the Twitter version of Instagram again? Threads. I put on my threads, I asked everyone like 2 different designs of an angel. There was one with the angel holding the sword this way, kind of like ready to attack. And then this one's kind of just chilling and unprovoked. And one of the comments was, they think I should get this tattoo because it kind of represents like, even though you're strong and even though you have the ability to fight, be brave, be a warrior. It doesn't mean you have to show it off. You can just be chill and kind of has that vibe to it. Just unprovoked, but still ready. Fun fact, when I was a kid, I used to cover myself in tattoos, like head to toe. The temporary tattoos with Pokemon. I think I had like a bunch of Spider-Man tattoos as well. But I remember there was this place, it's near Toronto, it's called Wildwater Kingdom. And we were there with family. I think it was me, my mom, my sister, my dad. We were just hanging out at Wildwater Kingdom. And I strayed away from the rest of my family. There's this section of the park that had trinkets and like gift shop stuff. But one part of it, they were giving out those tattoos with, it's like a spray, and I was watching this guy get a tattoo with the spray thing. I was like peeping in like this and taking a look at him, and I would like leave and then come back, and because I was still like really intrigued, I would leave and then come back. But anyways, I went to my parents and I asked them, I gotta get a tattoo, can I get one? Can I get one? I really wanted one. So I brought them to the shop, and while we were waiting, the guy goes and he looks at me and he says, I'm gonna pay for his tattoo. I saw him like looking at me and stuff, like he seems like he really wants it. So he ended up paying for it, and I remember it was like I think it's a scorpion tattoo. I remember exactly, it was like right here. It's a scorpion tattoo, right? Maybe I should get it. Maybe I should get the exact tattoo I got. So that's technically my first tattoo ever, but it was the one like that washes away. It's just a good memory. What's funny is after that and all of like those times as a kid, like covering myself in these temporary tattoos, because I used to swim, I used to do competitive swimming. I would show up to practice with a full sleeve, literally a full sleeve in swimming practice, just all of these different like temporary tats. After all of that, when I grew up, I think by the time I was like late high school, early university, I don't know why, but there was this thing, like I just wasn't being myself. And I remember there was a professor in my first year uni economics class, and he said some shit. He said like, oh, I don't have any tattoos because I don't put a sticker on a Bentley, or you don't put a sticker on a Ferrari type of thing. And I'm like, damn, he's kind of right. I'm like, shit. But deep down inside, like, I really resonated with like sharing art on your body. Cause there's something about tattoos, it's almost like you can see right away when someone's creative just by looking at them. And then tattoos is kind of a way, like, it's there no matter what. Like, you can get the nicest clothes, you can get whatever, a cool hat. But when it comes down to it, tattoos, like, you spend money on it, you put art on your body that literally stays there no matter where you are, what you're wearing, or what you're doing, it's just there. Even if they can't see it, if it's covered, you know it's there. There's a lot of other tattoos I want to get, like, oh, there's one more, I forgot about this one. So I got this tattoo on my shin, or like outer leg. The reason I got this is just because I wanted something to show like when I do Muay Thai, and it had to be a warrior tat. I got like a samurai holding a sword and he's kind of like on a rock. This is literally just to look cool doing Muay Thai. That's the only reason I got this tattoo. Plus I wanted to try leg tats. Leg tats hurt too. What anybody else says, leg tats hurt a lot. This is one of the most painful tats. I think this hurts so much just because it's lines. I don't know. But all of these other ones, whenever it's kind of like shading, especially this, when it's kind of like not too much line work, the line work ones, it just like, it feels, the best way I can describe it is like if you got a cat scratch or a blade that's just continuously like scratching your skin. And when it's line work, it just hurts the most. But when it's like shading, it's kind of like they're just feathering over it. I definitely want like a spider tattoo. I'm definitely gonna get one of those. I really want a neck tat. I remember for April Fool's Day, I think this was like, what, 2017 or some shit? April Fool's Day, I put like a fake neck tat and I put like saran wrap to make it look real. I posted that on my story and everybody thought I got like a neck tat. I even showed my Lola. My Lola didn't even care though. I guess I'm cool to get a neck tat. It's just my mom doesn't like it. When I got my first tattoo, my mom thought it was fake. Like she couldn't even believe it. So this is what happened. Like I usually ask permission to do things, or I let my parents know if I'm gonna do something kind of like crazy. But when I showed up with the tattoo, I didn't tell them anything. I just like went home. And I think my sister told them the moment I walked in the door, like, where'd you go? Where were you? Like, oh, I got a tattoo. So I showed them. And my mom thought it was fake, but I was covered in like the Saniderm whatever wrap thing. And my dad knew right away though. My dad's like, no, that's real. My dad has tattoos too, but he has nothing like too big, nothing too loud. He has like, I think one on his shoulder. It's a dragon, super small though. And then I think he has another one like in this section. I think it's like of an angel. But he's been asked me to buy him a tattoo, so maybe I'll do that after this video. If this hits like 5K likes, maybe I'll go ahead and buy him a tattoo. I definitely want matching tattoos with my friends. But there's a thing, I heard there's a theory, if you get a matching tattoo with your friend, you're not gonna be friends with them for very long. I don't think that's true, but leave down in the comments if you guys think that's real. This is definitely gonna be like episode 1 of these tattoo tours. The way it's looking right now, I'll probably end up like fully tatted, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna get my hand tats next, but I need the right one. But yeah, this was my tattoo tour. Stay tuned for more content. There's a lot of stuff I'm gonna drop on this channel. I'm definitely gonna drop my movie on this channel, so stay tuned for that. Probably gonna drop a trailer next. So leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you.
She knew 416, but it's 647. Call that little shawty, you fine. Still ring me after she say daddy. Don't care cause I still want mine. She fought with a nigga so long, I'm dreading. 2 strand, but it's still